Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Mission Matters. My name is Adam Torres, and if you'd like to apply to be a guest in the show, just head on over to missionmatters.com and click on Be Our Guest to apply. All right, so today I have Lauren Bartholomew on the line, and she's Chief Commercial Officer over at KeraFactor. Lauren, welcome to the show.
Adam, thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited to dive into our episode today.
All right, as am I, and I love this angle, the freedom to invent, why we chose science over hypergrowth. So glad to get into this with you, but to get us started here, maybe start with KeraFactor. Tell us a little bit more about the company.
So KeraFactor is a science-led scalp and hair rejuvenation company. We have a biolab in South Korea where we grow our own growth factors, nano-encapsulate them, and then put them into a topical formulation safe for both men, women, all hair and skin types. You can find our products at your dermatologist, office, med spa, and then we also have a direct-to-consumer website too.
How did you get into this business? Where did this start for you?
So for me, I have to thank my husband for getting me into this business. I have a sales and marketing background, but he has the science background. He has created...
the duo, yeah, that's awesome. I love it here.
Yes.
Husband and wife team. That's amazing. Go ahead, please. I love it.
Yes, we are a yin to the yang, so we don't step on each other's toes, which is really good. And James actually was losing his own hair back in 2012. He went to his good friend and colleague, Dr. Taub, and asked her, what are my options? And both Dr. Taub and James felt like there weren't enough solutions. James, being a particle physicist and working on many energy-based, including some of the first laser hair removal devices, knew where to target to remove the hair and said, what if we targeted there and fed the hair? And through research and development, brought back his own hair. Effectiveness was the number one thing to make sure that they made a product that was effective. Then James, being a serial entrepreneur, so still creating devices, energy-based devices, that's his passion. This was a product that then was on the shelf, and I looked at it and I was like, James, I really believe in this product. You could have the best product in the world, but if no one knows about it, it can't help anyone. So I asked if I could take it and run with it. And we've built the business brick by brick, going from 50 accounts to now over 3,000 provider accounts in the U.S. But then we also built a direct-to-consumer website and then expanded globally in Canada, EU, UK, Australia, and New Zealand, and Asia is next.
Okay, I can't leave this on the table. You put it out there, Lauren, but who grows back their own hair? When you think of solving problems, I don't know, garage door opener for me, this or that, he went and he solved the problem of bringing back his own hair. What does it take to do that? That's such an interesting thing to me.
Well, it starts with biology, really looking at the structure of the hair. What influences the hair? Where does the hair get its nutrients? Where does it get its energy? And James, growing up in a family of physicians and scientists, he had this background, and he was very much into peptides, growth factors, way before anyone was taught. Now it's trending, especially as of last week. But before anyone was talking about a peptide, James was in research mode, looking at all the different growth factors there and really listening to them and seeing what messages and then what would be the most effective growth factors to go into a formula to create a better environment for the scalp and then allow the hair to thrive.
Yeah. So obviously the problem solved, you have a product market fit, you have clients, you have people ordering, that's a given. And so now there's different ways to scale this thing and to really make it big. What route did you and James choose and why?
So James, being a serial inventor, entrepreneur, he had taken on investment with companies in the past. And when you take on someone else's money, you experience this pressure to perform, to hit numbers, to get the money back for the investors. And sometimes that pressure, one, could be crippling, or two, it could have people do things that aren't the best for business long term. So in my past, and I actually came from the wine and spirits world, we did a lot of what we called pay to play to get just mass distribution. But long term, that's not great. That's great to hit a number at the end of the year, show investors, wow, the company's growing, look at our revenue, but what's the profitability there? And a lot of times the profit's not there, which is why you see companies skyrocket, and then all of a sudden it's a flash in the pan and you don't see them anymore. So James and I wanted to take this approach where we wanted the freedom to innovate, and we wanted to be able to make the best decisions for a company to last 20, 30 years. I have this dream and vision to be a household name where everyone recognizes KeraFactor and knows that we put the patients first, not the investors first. So we are very proud to be founder funded and always making the right choice for science and for the patients.
Wow. How does that affect the actual patient, I'd say patient outcomes, and the way patients are treated and the way that you're able to make decisions for them? Can you go just into a little bit on how that affects it?
Well, the effect is great results.
Yeah.
And another effect is on the B2B side of the business, we work with plastic surgeons, dermatologists, internal medicine doctors, nurses, estheticians, and very rarely do we ever have someone that comes forward and is like, I'm not seeing a great result. And then we really look into, well, who's the ideal candidate, which then goes into education. So we're big on education, and then making a product that's effective makes for happier patients, but then make for happier providers as well. So we have excellent customer service. We have very, very happy customers for providers and patients.
So in an industry like this, where maybe trends they come and go, or just even the whole regenerative space, kind of if we put that in, put this in that space, how do you choose what innovations are worth pursuing and which ones to ignore?
So that's a great question. And we've always just looked at the biology, looked at the science, and then looked into, well, can we synthesize this? Can we make this growth factor? And what's interesting is we've never chased trends. I would say, if anything, we've set trends. For example, copper tripeptide, huge right now. Everyone's talking about copper tripeptide. We've had this in our product for over a decade. Something else we've had in our...
I like hearing that because, I'm laughing because it's validation. I know, like, James and you work very hard. I know this. Like, I know we just met. I know this is our first time speaking, but, like, for him to grow back his hair, for you to believe in him, for you to build this, I don't want to say it's bad, but it started as a family business, whether you have investors or not, otherwise, whatever. But, like, it started in the family, right? And now to see, like, this validation of you both setting trends through your work, and you must have sat back like, oh, of course. We've been doing that for a decade. Come on. Like, that's why I laugh. I had to qualify that.
Oh, yes. And we've bootstrapped the whole entire business. As
Amazing.
we make a dollar, we put it back in. As we get more dollars, we are able to invest in more clinical studies and marketing. A couple other, like, now that are buzzworthy trends or ingredients. PDRN, we've had that one in our products since 22. Yesterday, I was on Instagram and saw a product that says First Light Activated Serum. I'm like, welcome to the category. We've been doing that for 4 years. So when you just listen to the science, you listen to what works, and then give it a couple years. And those that come in with large VC backings that just want to make a product and make a profit really fast, jump on the trend, but doesn't mean that they're using the products or ingredients at the right levels of actives either.
Yeah, I believe that. I'm just trying to get on the label, but not necessarily haven't tested or not using the right amount. Or I believe that. Lauren, go ahead.
Oh, I have a saying: hair follicles respond to biology, not hashtags.
Oh my gosh, here you go. I love it. Lauren, this has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for letting us into your world and into what you're creating over at KeraFactor, and to hear the story behind it. I think it's phenomenal. I love to see a team like what you and James are doing, and making a difference in a lot of people's lives. So that's an end output. So that's wonderful. If somebody's listening or watching this, and if they want to learn more about KeraFactor or connect into the overall ecosystem, how do they do that?
Well, we have a online website at mykerafactor.com, and then we're very active on social media as well. So on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, all at KeraFactor. And then personally, I am also on LinkedIn and have a Substack at Lauren Bartholomew's.
Fantastic. And for everybody listening, just so you know, we'll definitely put some links in the show notes that you can click on the links and head right on over and connect with KeraFactor and Lauren. And speaking of the audience, if this is your first time with Mission Matters and you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe or follow button. This is a daily show. You heard me right. Each and every day, bringing you new content, new ideas, and hopefully new inspiration to help you along the way in your journey as well. So hit that subscribe or follow button. And Lauren, thanks again for coming on the show.
Adam, thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity to share KeraFactor's story on Mission Matters.